That is my brand new 2022 Commencal Meta SX, and I'm going to tell you all about it right now. But before I do, let me just tell you how I got here. I just recently sold my Commencal Meta TR, which is a 2021. I bought it because I was a little skeptical about the geometry, at least on paper, of the Commencal Meta AM. I thought it seemed too long and too slack, too raked out. But then my buddy came along and he offered to let me ride his Commencal Meta AM, which is a 2021, and I ended up loving that bike. So I went over to SpokeX, a local and online bike shop, and my intentions were to buy the AM, and I ended up buying the SX. All right, let's start with, let me show you the components here. So the frame is in here, and it's like a matte silver, which I think it's the team color. And then we got the wheels running the Onyx Vespers.
The 230 by
cassette.
62 Fox. Pretty much for Fox, I know you can do anything.
Mizuki Z1
230
coil.
You can travel change.
And then I got the Fox X2. The drivetrain is going to be TRP. Code R brakes are in there. My bars.
Then we're gonna start stripping this. Yeah, so I'll have an answer
My
on the
dropper.
team for you, and like, so what do you want to do? So if they have the team,
Which
or
is
team, or would you rather do
a 200 mil dropper. It should allow me to slam it onto the frame. So let's start building. Quick bike check on the bike. We'll start up at the front, and with the standard stock Ride Alpha grips, onto a 780 alloy rental fat bar with the Apex stem, 33 mil, which I'll probably change to a 40 mil. The brakes, Code R brakes, relatively new. They do have a few rides on them, but pretty new. I'm going to tell you all about the Bomber Z1 here in a minute. It is coil, and it does weigh quite a bit. I think probably about 8 ounces more than the standard air fork. Let's work our way over to the shifter. The shifter is a TRP 12-speed shifter paired with the TRP derailleur. Down here, it is on a SRAM cassette and chainring with the GX cranks. My pedals, I've had these pedals for over a year now, just over a year. HT's A05s, and we'll work our way over to the dropper post. The dropper post is a PNW 200 mil. Of travel, and it is fully slammed. It is not going to it doesn't go any further than that, and it works perfectly for me. The one neat thing about this dropper is that you can turn this knob here and adjust the travel by 25 millimeters. So if it would have been too long, I could reduce it by 25, making it a 175. And the saddle is a Silverado by WTB. I prefer the Volt, but they are completely sold out. And so I ended up going with the Silverado. The shock, it is a brand new Float X2 by Fox. I had the performance on my TR that I just recently sold, and I love the shock. I love the all of the adjustments that you can make on it. You can make it really plush, but at the same time poppy. So pretty happy with that. I'm looking forward to riding it. Let's work our way over to the tires. So the tires, I do have Onza up front. This is the Aaron Gwynn signature tire, the Aquila 29.2.4. Out in the back, it is a Magic Mary by Schwalbe. And these were not my preference in terms of the combo wheels or tires to run. But there is a shortage of tires, and I just had a difficult time finding a mullet setup with the tires that I wanted. So this is what got me on the trail faster. So I'll be changing these pretty soon. I think the one thing that I'm very excited about are my carbon wheels here. They're laced onto the Onyx Vesper hubs, which are completely silent, zero drag, and so that should make for a really nice and smooth, quiet ride with nothing other than just rubber on the ground, and then no other distracting noise. I decided to keep the wheels, or at least the custom wheel set, pretty simple, nothing too flashy. So these are We Are One Composites Union 30 mil carbon hoops, and I decided to go with just a couple of gold accent spokes and gold nipples all around. And these were built by SpokeX, once again, local bike shop as well as online. And so if you're interested and like to get a custom wheel set, go ahead and hit them up. I just completed my first ride. I am super impressed with the bike. I really liked it. And so anyways, I'll bring that footage in the coming weeks. I'm still tweaking it, making some adjustments here and there. So stay tuned for that. I did say I was going to tell you about the Z1, the bomber fork, the coil fork. And so I decided to go with that fork because that AM that my friend let me borrow, it had this fork, and I was so impressed by it. After every ride, every trail that I came down on, that small bump sensitivity, that the way that it tracked to the ground, it was just incredible. Similar to the DVO, the Onyx fork that I had, but just a lot more buttery smooth. Fox is the parent company of Marzocchi. So you do get that peace of mind in terms of, you know, manufacturing quality and so forth. So I trust the fork. I hear nothing but good things about it. And just from that first ride experience that I had, I am completely sold. And based on this ride, it was just so smooth. The second thing that I wanted to tell you about before I forget about the bike or the frame itself is the rear rotor. You cannot run anything smaller than a 200 mil rotor. The other thing is the flip chip, right? I think it's the first time that Commencal introduces the Meta with a flip chip. I'm running it in the high right now. Again, I'm not too crazy about, you know, super long and slack geometry, and I think running it in the high just fits my personal preference. So yeah, so that's the bike. Again, I could not have gotten this bike built the way that I got it built without the help from, you know, my friends over at SpokeX. So a huge shout out to them. Look them up online. Visit the store or the shop if you're local. They have, you know, a ton of options in terms of custom builds, both bikes and wheels. So if you're interested in building one of these for yourself, hit them up, and you will not be disappointed. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sure that I'm leaving all kinds of stuff out here. There's so much to talk about with this bike, but I will share all of that in the coming weeks and future videos as I ride it some more. Again, thank you for watching. Until next time, ride faster, don't die, and God bless.